You're listening to the Wellness Life Podcast, episode number 3. I'm your host, Megan Kennedy, holistic nutritionist, owner of the health food store Natural Vibe, and founder of thewellnesslife.ca. On this show, we will be talking about all things wellness, such as nutrition, mindset, lifestyle, and more. Join me and other wellness experts as we discuss tips to help you live a healthier lifestyle, look and feel your best, and achieve your highest potential. Welcome to The Wellness Life. So this week, I wanted to switch things up by sharing a little bit about myself, who I am, what I do, and my reasons for starting this podcast. In retrospect, I probably should have done this in my first episode, but hey, here's to doing things imperfectly. As you may have already heard in the intro, my name is Megan, and my wellness life journey goes all the way back to when I was 15 years old and my mom decided to buy a health food store. My parents had recently divorced and my mom was looking for a job, discovered our town's health food store was for sale, and decided to give it a shot. I still remember the day it happened because she called me up at school and said, "You want a part-time job? Come to the store after school and we will learn together." And that was how it all began. I fell in love with learning how certain nutrients affect our body, how the earth provides us with all these natural resources to keep our bodies healthy and strong. I also saw firsthand how natural health products could make such a difference in other people's lives. Customers would come back telling me how their crippling arthritis had improved or digestion was so much better. I learned from a young age the power of these products and fell in love with helping people feel better. I worked in that store for about 6 years and then decided to pursue my other passion, acting. My journey then took me to Victoria, BC, where I went to the Canadian College of Performing Arts, and after that got a gig performing with Disney in Tokyo, Japan. I worked there as an actress for about 5 years until the devastating earthquake in 2011. To hear more about that story, check out my Instagram post on Trust the Journey. I'll link it in the show notes. I then decided to move back to Newfoundland, and because I was used to living in a big city, I found my way to St. John's. Originally, I had planned to go into journalism, but after doing a lot of soul searching, I decided to pursue my passion for wellness and go into business with my mom, opening up a health food store in downtown St. John's, Newfoundland called the Natural Vibe. I decided that I wanted to take things a step further and learn all that I could on the power of food and the effect that it has on our bodies. This is why I went back to school to become a holistic nutritionist. So, to make a long story short, I have been operating the Natural Vibe for the past 7 years. The store is run by myself and my amazing husband, Alain, who you may or may not see on my Instagram because he does not like taking pictures. And I'm also mama to the hilarious 3-year-old Benjamin who loves to make you laugh, seriously gives the best hugs, and is obsessed with all things Batman. Now, you may be wondering, what exactly is a holistic nutritionist? Well, a holistic nutritionist is a practitioner that uses whole foods approach to create positive changes in a person's well-being. There's also an emphasis on a person as a whole and considers their physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Clients usually come to me with a specific health goal in mind, and I then create a personalized wellness plan which holds them accountable in reaching their goals and help to bring all areas of their well-being back into balance. Another aspect of my practice is creating individualized or family meal plans and teaching others how to meal prep. Most people I come across want to eat healthy but are not sure where to begin and need some sort of plan. Meal planning is a tool that can help mealtime run so much smoother, and it seriously became a lifesaver in my own life when I went back to work after I had Ben. Oh, I remember those first 2 weeks. After working all day and then rushing home to get supper on the table, I had no plan. It took forever in the kitchen pulling things together because I wasn't prepared and lacked certain ingredients. And I remember thinking, something's gotta change. After completing my holistic nutrition program, I realized meal planning and prep can take that what's for supper frustration out of the equation. When I come home from work and supper is already pre-prepped, takes less than 10 minutes to get on the table, I feel like a super mama. And so my clients receive individualized meal plans based on their needs. So specific health goals, family size, as I can customize how many servings the recipe calls for, food preferences, and more. They also receive a grocery list and a step-by-step meal prep guide to make things as easy as possible so they can get out of the kitchen and spend more time with people they love. Okay, that's my meal planning rant. I could go on and on about my passion for this, but stay tuned as I will be sharing an episode on how you can incorporate meal prep into your busy schedule. Lastly, I run a quarterly Healthy Body Reset program. Essentially, this is a 2-week program for people who want to reset or get that fresh start with a healthy eating plan. Each person receives a 2-week meal plan, grocery list, and meal prep guide. We also have a private Facebook group, which you'll find an amazing group of people who are just as excited as you are to do the reset and work towards achieving their health goals. In this group, we do mini health challenges, accountability check-ins, and more. And if you're interested in signing up for our Healthy Body Spring Reset, head to the link in the show notes for details. So, what is the wellness life? And why did I start this podcast? Well, to me, the wellness life is the ever-evolving journey of reaching your highest potential through nutrition, lifestyle, and mindset. Over my years of being in the wellness industry, I've discovered so many things that have helped me live my best wellness life, and I want to share these things with others. Upcoming podcast topics will include meal prep and planning, nutrition hacks, like how to deal with those picky eaters, mamahood, natural beauty, mindset, and more. I will also feature other wellness experts to share their expertise on different topics to help you take your health and wellness to the next level. I know you're busy, so for the most part, you can expect these episodes to be short and sweet. And I will be dropping a new episode every Tuesday. Okay, so now comes the fun part. I found this challenge online where different people are sharing different facts about themselves so that others can get to know who they are. To keep things interesting, I've asked my little sister Amy to pick some questions from the commonly used Getting to Know Me tags. And by the way, I have never seen these questions before, so this should be interesting. Hi, Amy. Before we get started, I would love if you could tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
Of course. Hi, everyone. My name is Amy. I'm Megan's little sister. I'm a nurse. I live in Vancouver, BC, and I have 2 little girls, one who's 11 months old and almost 4-year-old.
Yeah, and they are the sweetest little girls I have ever seen.
Megan's biased. That's fine.
Okay, let's do this, Amy.
Okay, are you excited?
Yes, and I'm a little bit nervous.
Okay, I promise nothing will be embarrassing, but let's get started.
Okay.
Okay, the first question I have is, do you have any nicknames?
Do I have any nicknames? Well, my husband, yes, I do. I guess my husband sometimes calls me Megsy. I guess that would probably be one of the only nicknames I can really think of.
Megs, yeah, I would say Meggie or Mega. Those are the ones we like to call you.
Yeah, I have heard those a few times too.
Perfect. Okay. Second question is, where were you born?
I was actually born in Moncton, New Brunswick. I didn't live there for very long. Our family moved around a lot, but yeah, I was born in Moncton.
Okay, all right. The next one you kind of already answered, but maybe you can give us a little more details. It's, are you married?
I am. I am married to an amazing man. His name is Alain. He is actually from Winnipeg, Manitoba. And yeah, he's my best friend. I honestly could not do half of what I do without him.
And we know that you have Benny, but the next question is do you want to have any more children?
I do. I've always kind of felt that I was meant to have 2. So I think probably in the near future, we're going to start thinking about baby number 2.
Okay. And this one, I know obviously I'm your sister, but I feel like we should answer this. But do you have any other siblings?
I do. I have 2 twin sisters. Okay, hold on. I always say this wrong. People think I have 2 twin sisters, but I have 2 younger twin sisters, and their names are Amy and Sarah.
I felt like we had to give Sarah a bit of a shout out. We couldn't leave her out.
I know. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah. Okay. What has been your favorite job you've ever had, excluding your current job?
You know what? I would have to say hands down when I was a Disney princess.
Disney princess takes a cake.
That was pretty cool.
And favorite food?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Okay, I would say it kind of changes every now and then, but right now, my favorite food is actually homemade pizzas.
Perfect. Okay. What's the favorite place you've ever traveled?
I actually think my favorite place was Greece for your wedding, Amy.
Where I got married. So I'll take that. Okay. What is your guilty pleasure?
I would say my guilty pleasure is probably a glass of red wine. Maybe that's kind of boring, but okay, I'll take it a step further. A glass of red wine with a piece of dark chocolate and a bowl of buttery popcorn.
Delicious. Okay. Do you have a favorite podcast that you're currently listening to?
I do. So I actually love all things Jenna Kutcher. She's a little bit of a mentor. It's kind of funny when I do this podcast, I actually sometimes hear her voice in my head, which is kind of weird. I'm not crazy,
No.
but
You're channeling your inner Jenna Kutcher. I love that.
I am. So I love that podcast. I also really enjoy the Ultimate Health podcast. Amy Porterfield, she's fantastic. And then I also enjoy a little Gary Vee.
Oh, awesome. Okay, perfect. This is another favorite. Do you have a favorite musical genre?
I would have to say I'm probably more of a pop girl.
Okay.
Yeah, pop, I would say. But you know what? I have a little bit of a guilty pleasure. Alen's gotten me a little bit into the country.
Country! Yes! I knew you were going to say that. That's why I partially wanted to ask. Okay, gotcha. So a pop with a touch of country. I love it. Okay.
Don't judge.
What do you love the most about your job?
I absolutely love how I can make a couple simple suggestions and it really just makes such a huge difference. So whether that's working with a client through my nutrition practice or maybe making a suggestion in the Natural Vibes store, I just think it's so awesome how you can help people live a better life.
Yeah, that's awesome. Perfect. Okay, the last question is kind of related to what you love most, but this question is, what is the hardest part of your job?
The hardest part of my job is finding time to do all the things I want to do.
Yeah.
So with, running the store, I have a lot of amazing people that back me up on that. So that gives me a little bit of more time to do the podcast and to work in the wellness life business, which is great. But yeah, I definitely think it's the hours in the day. I need more.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, that's it. That's all I have for you.
All right. There you have it. That wasn't so bad.
Not bad, right? Not bad.
So, Amy, I want to thank you so much for putting me on the spot today. No, I'm just kidding.
Anytime.
But seriously, thank you so much for coming on the podcast, helping me share a few things that they definitely did not know about me. And everyone, I promise you next week, we will get back to our regularly scheduled program. Have a happy, healthy week, everyone. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for listening. And to show my appreciation for hitting subscribe and leaving a review, I will be picking a winner the first of every month who will receive a customized 7-day meal plan from yours truly. And if you'd like a glimpse into how I live my best wellness life, follow me on Instagram at thewellnesslife.ca. Remember, you have to nourish to flourish. See you next time.